Welcome to Magia Mondays. Today we're looking at enhancements to the modern HR experience using two Oracle innovations, Digital Assistant and Intelligent Advisor. The benefits for your employees are they get clear advice based on company policies, and they can use different ways of getting the advice, like through Facebook Messenger, which I will demonstrate in a moment, but also through many other channels, including voice channels, such as Alexa. Using Digital Assistant is a very different experience to some of the basic chatbots that you may have used when you contacted your bank or telephone company, for example. The advantage here is the fact that it can recognize who you are and use data it already knows about you and your company's policies to answer your questions. The example I'm going to show you is very pertinent to today's world, as it is about helping people return to work safely, making sure they follow the right rules. Other advantages are that it's available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, of course. It can be accessed through laptops, tablets, and mobile devices. The voice enablement part means that it's accessible to those who are visually impaired. And it can save you time by giving you the right answer straight away, meaning you don't have to ring someone or wait for an email response. So some examples. An employee wants to know when payday is. It's a very common question, and the answer is probably going to be the same for everyone in the company. So yeah, let's provide that answer very quickly to that person. Another slightly more complex one might be eligibility to a family leave scheme and an associated payment schedule based on length of service, grade, and salary. From a technology perspective, Digital Assistant is a powerful digital channel that can determine the intention of the employee and then access data and knowledge from connected systems and provide responses. What is really powerful is that it can use Oracle Intelligent Advisor to create advice specific to the employee based on complex company policies. No more trying to determine eligibility on a case-by-case basis. And also, if the technology cannot provide what's required, there's the ability to hand off to a human being in the HR team for the really complex situations. So let's see what it looks like in action. I've been working at home for a while now. Some of my colleagues are going back occasionally to the office, but what about me? Am I expected to go back, and under what circumstances? So here I am. I've accessed my company's Facebook page. It could be a website, it could be the intranet, it could be a chatbot within Oracle HCM, for example. I'm going to click on Send Message. Now, Facebook Messenger is being used here, but really that's only used as the sort of, I suppose, the top level. That is going to communicate directly to Digital Assistant in a moment. So what I'll do is I'll type hello, and then let's see what happens. So Digital Assistant has recognized that I want to start a conversation. It's asked for my name. So I put that in, and it said, how can I help you today? I'm going to ask, is it safe to return to the office? Now, Digital Assistant will look at the words I've used, it will look at the structure of the sentence, and it will work out what to do. Now, what it's worked out is that I'm interested in the return to work process, and it's routed me through to Intelligent Advisor. So Intelligent Advisor is now asking me these questions. So it wants to know the first part of my postcode, BR3. It's then going to say, what's my usual place of work? Okay, so it's Nova North. I select that. It then says, is anyone in my household class as vulnerable? Or is anyone else in the household shielding? Yes, I've got Granny living with me. Fully vaccinated? Yes, I am. Do I use public transport? Yes, I get the train to go to work. Okay, so here we are. Let's see what we've got here. So just from that information I've provided, it's worked out my home address is Tier 4, my main office is Tier 4, and it's given this advice: under no circumstances should you travel to the office, stay at home. Now, there's a spreadsheet in Intelligent Advisor that works this out. The spreadsheet can be updated so that the conclusion varies based on when the employee accesses the tool, because of course the COVID-19 situation is constantly changing. So that spreadsheet is taking all these conditions and it's given me that particular conclusion. Under other conditions, it might say I can fully return, or it could advise me to return part-time. Also, it could create a ticket for my line manager or the facilities team if there are additional steps required. Or, as mentioned before, it could transfer me through to a member of the HR team. Now, what it's done here, it's returned me back into Digital Assistant, and it's asked, is there anything else I can help with today? Well, for the time being, no, I've got the answer I need and no further action is required. So in more detail now. So I was using Facebook Messenger there as the channel. Other ones are available, and that's really just the front end. It's not doing anything clever. What it's doing is it's routing the messages through to Digital Assistant, and that's where the kind of power comes in. So Digital Assistant is an AI-driven interface to help users accomplish a variety of tasks in natural language. It's very conversational, it's very easy to use, it's very intuitive. What it's done is it determines the intention and then routes that request accordingly. Now, what it can do, it can access knowledge, HCM, ERP, CX, other applications. But in the example I just showed you, it routed me through to Intelligent Advisor. Now, worth mentioning that the integration between the channels and Digital Assistant and Intelligent Advisor is all component-based, so there's no customization required. It just requires following a series of steps. So Intelligent Advisor, in a bit more detail, is a powerful rules engine that can be used for eligibility, complex calculations, and personalized advice. All rules are written in Word and Excel, so no technical background required. It can be owned by policy owners, SMEs, business analysts, etc. And that's really important because, of course, with something like COVID, the situation is changing on a daily basis. We're watching the figures, we're looking at government advice, we're looking at how company policy is changing. They need to be updated into Intelligent Advisor. For example, on that spreadsheet that I mentioned before, they need to be quickly tested and deployed so they're available for employees. So in conclusion, the combination of Digital Assistant and Intelligent Advisor is really quite potent, especially where rules are changing and it's important to keep people safe. It gives employees a way of asking questions that is available all the time, 24/7, and one that gives answers that are unique to them. Thanks for listening.